You can't win them all. That's kind of the vibe I'm feeling right now. It's inevitable. Eventually you're going to have a hiccup. And today, as apparently at the beginning of the season, in that case, it's the Liverpool sides, the Merseyside scumbags that did the job on us today. And I mean, I can't really have a complaint about, not getting the 3 points. We could have got the 3 points. We really could have. But I just don't feel today was our day. It didn't feel like it from the start, and it ended how I thought it would. I predicted a 2-1 to Liverpool. Not that I wanted it. I hoped for a 1-1. I hoped for a 2-2, but I predicted a 2-1. And unfortunately, I ended up being right, and I really wish I'd been wrong. Hey, NarendraTheComic here, and while I'm not the most happy guy in the world, I'm not, kicking the ball down the street being like, we won, because we lost. We lost today. The boys lost today against Liverpool. But I think, to be fair, and overall in the game, Liverpool completely kicked us off the park in the first half. It's just true. We were not even basically playing. We were playing as like a block of wood in that first half. There was nothing else going on. So the fact that we actually ended up 1-1 at halftime is bemusing, but it's just the way Mourinho plays. He plays with the super deep block. He goes on the counter, and that's exactly how Son scored today. Good goal. Probably the best goal of the game, in my opinion. But it wasn't enough. 45 minutes of hell in that first half, and we ended up 1-1 at half-time. Second half, I think Spurs were the better team. While Liverpool were dominant completely in the first half, I think, en masse, Spurs played better than Liverpool in the second half. Much better than they did in the first half. And I think that 2-1 was an unfair result. Now, the truth is, life is not fair, all right? It's not fair. I think also it wouldn't have been fair in some ways if Spurs had gone on to get the win. I feel like we would have been like getting out like some bandits stealing the bag. That's how I feel if we'd come away with a 2-1 win. But at the same time, Bergwijn had 2 real good chances, one of which he should have put away. One of them was a much more difficult chance, but I think he could have put it away. But the second one where he hit the post, he opened his body up right. He just didn't put enough whip on it. And he really should have finished it. There's no excuse for that. If that had been Gio, if that had been Kane, if that had been Son, if that had been Lucas, if that had been Dele, they would have finished that. 100% that would have been in the back of the net. So I feel that while I don't want to single him out, he had our 2 other best chances during the game. Kane also had a good one from a corner from Son. And he should have put that one away as well. Like, really, we had 4 or 5, I'd say 4 very good chances, goal-scoring opportunities, which we should have done markedly better with. When you compare that to Liverpool, Liverpool had 3 good chances during the game, and Salah's goal wasn't a good chance. Like, it was a deflected goal. Lloris couldn't have really done anything about it. And Lloris had a really good game. Like, he was stopping everything. It's not that he had particularly difficult chances to handle, but everything he was asked of, he was doing and more. So I can't really blame any of the particular players for saying, you played shit, you played shit. Because I think generally everyone did their role in the way Spurs play. And some people will say Spurs got destroyed in this game. Liverpool dominated and showed their class and showed why they're going to win the league. But really, when you look at it, Spurs cancelled out Liverpool every single time for 90% of the game. But I'm going to tell you, the pundits are probably not going to see it that way. They're going to say Liverpool played such great football, which they did in the first half, and Mourinho's Tottenham played like a bus parked, who occasionally puts on a V6 engine, V8 engine, and goes down the road and ends up scoring a counter-attacking goal, because that's the only way we can score, apparently, according to them. And it's not. We've scored all types of goals this season. I just think the counter works for us, especially when playing against super open offensive teams. And it worked today against Liverpool. We blocked them out until the 90th minute. The only goal they got was from a deflected shot. Lloris would have saved that shot from Salah, so I view this as a good performance, but not a good result. I think a draw would have been a solid result. I would have been okay with it because I think it was the deserved result for both teams during the game. But Liverpool get the win. It's what they've been doing for the last 3 years. They're basically unbeatable at home. You kept on hearing it on bloody Amazon Prime, and I feel like the commentators, I think it was Ali McCoist was there. He was so pro-Liverpool during the game. I kind of didn't even want to hear it. I wanted to turn it off mute, but then I wanted to hear what everyone else was saying. But it's just shocking. It's like I was listening to a Liverpool fan on the bloody commentary box. And I don't want to hear that bias all the time because it was just non-stop. I know Liverpool played well, but I think overall throughout the game, Dyer had a pretty good game. Alderweireld had a good game. Reguilon came on, he was fine. Davis, I think, was solid. I actually think Mourinho made the right decision by playing Davis instead of the Samba man Reguilon, because he might have been a bit too attack-minded. But then there's Aurier, and I think Aurier has had a resurgence here. I think he's been playing out of position for like 3 years now, and the place he should be playing is right back. He's not a right wing back. When he plays there, his defensive discipline goes out the window. He's bombing forward way too much. He's making too many recovery runs. And he's so rash in challenges when he's playing as a wing back. As a right back, he has been so defensively solid. The challenges he's been making, he's never made before, as far as I can remember. And his worst game of the season by far was against Crystal Palace. He played worse than any other time this season, and that's because he was being deployed more so as a wing back. He was having to come back, he was making bad defensive decisions, and I think he needs to play as a right back. I think now I would say he's better than Matt Doherty as a right back. Matt Doherty is a traditional right wing back. Aurier is a right back. Let Reguilon be the guy who goes up the left and provides that width on the left wing and playing as a left wing back. If need be, Aurier can be pushed up the pitch and play as a right winger. But don't give him both responsibilities. I think what Mourinho's done in pushing Sissoko or Hjulberg to one of those flanks to be extra cover is very, very intelligent. I know we're playing with a back 6-9 for 30% of the game, but if it gets us the results, it didn't today, if it gets us the results overall, then I think it's something we should continue doing. Everyone else played well. I have no qualms about the performance. It's the way Mourinho chose to play the game. He's going to play expansively against certain teams. He's not going to do it against others. And he knows Liverpool are going to out-Liverpool us if we try and play how Liverpool are playing. So don't be doing that. Second in the table. It was good while it lasted, boys. Me constantly saying, we're first, we're first. Who knows? Maybe next week we're back to the top. You never know what can happen. The Christmas period is wild for football, and we could be in first come January the 10th. We could be in 10th. It's such a congested top half of the table. I think 8 points separates the top 10 or 11, and I think if United win their next 2 games they have in hand over everyone, United will be second in the league, which is just insane. It's crazy. United been playing particularly shit this season, but it's because everyone else has been dropping points. Spurs are only in the position they are in the league because everyone else has been dropping points as well. So I don't put much stock into the table as it is right now. Come back in like March. Then I think the table would have taken shape. The top 6 or 7 will have separated from the rest of the teams, and then we'll probably get a real gauge on it. But I'm fine with the performance. I don't mind the way Mourinho is playing now. I think I've got used to it. I think I've been numb to it now. It doesn't make a difference to me. Performances are good. Individual performances are good, and the results are positive most of the time. So a win is a win, a loss is a loss, but I think this one probably should have been a draw. But as I said at the start, life isn't fair, and you just gotta move on. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Mo Salah will come after you, right? He'll get a deflected goal. People say, oh, Mo Salah's so good, so good. He's a good player. He's a great player. But, like, come on. This result would have been so different if that hadn't happened. Doesn't matter, all right? Mo Salah come after you. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. Now, I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. You've been doing it every day for over 2 years now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never nor here, just how it goes. We also bring the bakwas. Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi, but you already knew that. See you tomorrow. More bakwas, more nonsense incoming tomorrow. See you then. Skadoosh.